Pinnacle Blast Logistics, getting it done, getting it there. Pinnacle Blast Logistics, getting it done, getting it there.
Heroes in the night, shadows chase the light, stories bold and bright, a hero soaring through the fight, futures yet untold, legends that unfold, every tale is gold, daring and so bold, where dreams and heroes shine, in worlds beyond our time. Adventure by design, make mine silver line. Make mine silver line. Make mine silver line.
Once upon a modern time, in a little cul-de-sac, black characters from myth and rhyme decided to come back. They moved into a cuter house, they bought a boat and car, they got a job, they got a spouse, they're ready to go far. This modern life, with all its strife, is wilder than before. You won't forget the day you met the fables next door. You won't forget the day you met the fables next door.
Silent night, sky so cold. Santa's sleigh, brave and bold, armed with reindeer and his gun, saving children one by one. Zombies rising from their tombs, stealing children from their rooms. Santa rushes toward the fight, guided by the pale moonlight. With a rat-a-tat-tat and a ho-ho-ho, zombie bones and guts splatter on the snow. Do you dare this apocalyptic world to enter? It's Santa's nuclear winter. Elves load up the magic gear, gifts of joy now turn severe. He charges through the sleet and ice to save those children he deems nice. But zombies stuck in the eternal frost from a war where humanity paid the cost. Beneath their beds the children hide, bereft of hope on this Yuletide. With a rat-a-tat-tat and a ho-ho-ho, zombie bones and guts splatter on the snow. Do you dare this apocalyptic world to enter? It's Santa's nuclear winter.
Everybody, please welcome Ashley Land and Rich Parada to the show.
Yeah.
And of course, the comic in question tonight is Santa's Nuclear Winter. Wow, what kind of a smoking session, drinking session went on to make this come together? Who's got the skinny on that one?
Yeah, I watched. I was telling Rich the story the other day. One day I was like watching The Big Lebowski, and I don't know why, but I just came away from it and I started thinking, like, what if The Big Lebowski was Santa? And like it started out as like a meme where I was just like talking about it, and I was like, like doing sketches and stuff and just being silly about it and like making like little Canva things and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then as time went on, I was like, well, I'm already making a comic in the Unbreakable Argonauts, and I was like, I think this would make for a really cool comic. And I started like combining it with ideas like Escape from New York and Sin City, like the tone of Sin City and that kind of thing. Just like a all-out kind of 80s, 90s action adventure kind of thing. And I'd already hired Rich to do a backup story for the Unbreakable Argonauts, and I really, really enjoyed his art. And I started talking to him about it, and he sent me over a piece of like a concept piece for Santa, and I was like, fuck yeah. Like, this is the guy.
Well, you're coming in with it at the right time because
Yeah.
DC did that Dark Knight, that Santa Claus Batman crossover last year. It feels like it was sooner, not that long ago.
And then as
and it
soon
was-
as I announced this, they announced one with Justice League as well.
Yes, they're doing it again because it people like that.
Yeah.
Santa is canonically a character in the DC universe. That's not a what if or an Elseworlds kind of story.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he shows up on Apocalypse every year to bring Darkseid a lump of coal.
Yes, I remember when he did that.
Yeah.
Have you ever have you seen that Mel Gibson movie Fat Man?
I have.
I have not yet.
Oh, Rich, that's the most amazing Santa Claus with a machine gun movie.
What? What's the name? Fat Man? That's the name of it? Oh my
Fat
god!
Man, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson
Yay.
plays Santa Claus.
He's a part of the military-industrial complex.
Yes, it's amazing.
Are you kidding?
And there are people out to assassinate him.
You gotta be kidding me! Oh my
Yeah, there's like some
God.
entitled kid hates that he doesn't get good presents, and he's like, we got to hire an assassin to kill Santa because he's not bringing me what I
Holy
want.
crap. Oh my word!
Oh, it's so
Good Lord
underrated.
in
And,
heaven. Oh man!
you got something to check your streaming services for tonight now.
Gravy.
And then like a year
Oh,
later, they came out with
Mel
the
Gibson
was it Violent
insane.
Night or
Oh well, yeah, and look, go all the way to Black Christmas, right?
Oh my god!
And interesting thing about Black Christmas, it was done by the same guy who did A Christmas Story, and so two totally different versions of Christmas. But if you look at the sorority house scene, the leg lamp is there. They put the prop of the leg lamp in the corner of the room.
Nice. Nice.
Little Christmas Easter egg there. I had the screen presented earlier before I boomered my mouse and backed out, so I'll bring it back up. And just to reload it, so we get started at the right spot, because I just reloaded a second ago, and you did bump up to $55 on here. You got 4 backers. Just it's a baby campaign, folks. So this is the perfect time to get in and push this thing forward.
I was actually looking at the statistics on my other campaign, and I know like some people will say that the first week when you launch and the last week when you launch, the last week of the launch is when you get the most backers. For me, it's been kind of the opposite, where I had a really slow first 10 or so days on my last campaign, and then it just creeped up and up and up. And so I don't, it is it's a slug, but you get there in the end, hopefully.
So I'm going to put the link here in the chat, and I'm going to display it on the screen just for a little bit here, because we have people watching on X these days. We have to be mindful of that. Unfortunately, so far the description of things we put under video and show up on YouTube, they don't make it to X. Elon, you need to get on that.
Yeah, man.
So briefly, well, not briefly. We got an hour. Take your time. Expand on the world of Santa's Nuclear Winter. Is this, first Christmas, or is this something that's been going on for a while now?
So I posted a few, I think the first 3 pages of story, and those are just pretty much exposition. And so you'll see, like right at the beginning, we get right into the, Santa's narrating the kind of origins of the nuclear war and how it goes from that. and using like chemical agents and biological weapons, and obviously the radiation from the nukes.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just like
use it
it's
all.
inevitable that zombies will come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously the North Pole is still connected by land to America, and so the zombies make their way all the way up to the North Pole. And then Santa's got to go on the run, and it kind of cuts in between there and probably about 6 months in between this page and the events of the story. And Santa's going around the world and he's got his nice list, and like the population's just been completely wiped out. Everyone left alive is like, some of them are like cannibals and bandits, and there's like bad military guys and all that kind of stuff. And so there aren't a lot of kids left on the nice list.
Rich, I love this. It's wintertime and, there's ice and stuff, and you've turned some of the ice into a stream of tears on the Statue of Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Nice touch.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rich's art is fantastic on this.
Oh man, I'm having fun with it. I'm waiting until like the super gory parts. I cannot wait. I mean, I love drawing organs leaving bodies, and I love all that stuff. All the stuff you would see in most children's books.
Mm-hmm.
But I figure I'm excited just to like get to the meat of this when we do. When this thing is funded, we definitely get to the meat of it, and I'll be a very happy young man that I get to draw all that yummy stuff. Rah.
So here at the North Pole, Mrs. Claus is knitting her Afghan, sitting in front of the Christmas tree, because there's always one there. First thing I notice is Santa actually has a gun, so one can assume he uses it on occasion.
Santa is a very big believer of the Second Amendment.
Yes.
He's
in like polar bear territory.
And the other thing is, as we enter this George A. Romero Christmas story, the advancing zombies, those are all his elves.
Yeah, those are his elves. Those are his elves, which I'm like, okay, I need the reference for the elves and I need reference for zombies. And I'm like, yes, how am I going to do this? And I had a lot of fun designing putting the composition of the layout of the page and everything. I wanted to make sure that I was going to frame it a little bit more. So I've been taking a little bit extra special care with these pages because I want to make sure that this really rocks. And so far so good, I think. So it's going to get better. It's going to get as good as it might be now. It's only going to get better as the pages progress. And whenever I draw pages, I'm going to go live drawing these pages. So, anybody who wants to see more of the story as it goes,
sort of like you're doing now, drawing.
Well, the only thing I'm doing right now is just illustrating Santa and the way that he looks here. He looks a lot more grizzled, a lot nastier. His eyes are a lot darker. His cheeks aren't exactly as rosy as they could be, and his hair is matted. His cap is like worn and dirty, bloody even at some points. It's he's a very battle-worn Santa Claus, and it's not something that a guy like this would usually do, but at this point he has no choice. And he's taking care of business, but it's clear that he's not pleased about it.
I'm just loving the concept, and I'm is this going to be? It's listed as a graphic novel, so is this a one and done, or is this something you're going to draw out over several issues?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Rich about this the other day. I have like other settings I'd love to put Santa in.
Yes.
One of the ones I was thinking about was like swashbuckling Santa on the high seas, that kind of thing. And like if we're successful here, I'd absolutely love to continue it in
absolutely
in like a sequel or a spin-off or something like that.
So would it be the same Santa, or would it be
like kind of a Santa through the ages, that kind of thing?
Okay. He's had other harrowing adventures. He doesn't just sit around drinking cocoa and then deliver Christmas presents one day of the year.
Oh yeah, he's seen some things.
I should have made Mrs. Claus a little bit hotter with bigger boobs, but you know that's
Oh.
for another day.
That's his teenage. That's his rebellious teenage daughter.
You know what? Yeah. Well, no. Well, it's stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Rich's mind is always in the gutter.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah. Now mine is okay. Now I get what he was doing.
I'm sorry. No, I all kidding and all juvenile ideas aside, I thoroughly enjoy working with Ashley. He's a very good writer, very competent writer. One of the better writers that I've worked with, to be fair with you. And he's allowed me quite a bit of creative freedom on some of the stuff that I've done. And what I love about working with him is that he trusts me with what I'm doing, you know, and that means a lot, you know. I mean, it's hard to get a really good collaborative working environment with anyone, you know, and it's really cool that Ashley is as flexible as I am when it comes to some of the ideas on how we put these things down. And his script is solid enough that I could just it's all there. It's not a question of whether it's there or not. It's just that if I have anything that I want to address, it's like, can I do this? What do you think? And if he likes it, he lets me know, which I really like that a lot. Even if he says no to anything, that's still fine, because obviously it's his baby, but truly, I really enjoy working with Ashley. He's one of the good ones. He really is.
Shout out to Mike Walters in the chat here. He's popped in to like and share and say hi, and I'll be on his channel Friday night doing voice acting for Golden Age comic book reading time. It's the comic book historic retrospective. So Rich, purely an American question here.
Oh boy,
because, you know, we're over here, and we know that, you know, we're here, and England is this. You know, it's walk around it, right? Do you and Ashley actually work together because you're both in England, or is it something where you're always working online and, you know, you've met?
Oh no, I live over in Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, now he's going to come over and kill me.
No. It's nice that he's regional, you know, because it's just the fact that it's like, if there's a question that we both have to talk about, you know, Ashley knows he has carte blanche, and it's like, if he sends me a email at like 10:30, 11, if I'm up, I'm going to respond to it. You know, I mean, I see no reason as to why not, because he's local. You know, it's like, because any of the people that I would work with in the United States, you know, at the very least, there's a 5-hour time difference.
Yeah, you're not going to see a response till the next day, and they're not going to see your response.
Yeah, or I have to stay up rather late in order to correspond with anyone who has time after 5 o'clock in the evening. Well, yeah, right now, what is it, like 8 o'clock? What time is it over where you are, RJ?
It's 7 o'clock where I am.
Yeah, you're 6 hours behind us right now.
Yeah,
it's yesterday for both for Ash and I.
So how's the day end? Is it okay?
The sun is staying out a lot less than it did before. Like the for the equinox, for what, like the first day of summer here in late June or something like that. The sun is up from 3:45 a.m. to about 10:30 at night.
Wow.
Oh, that's
I noticed that I used to take walks during the summertime. I had to wait till like 8 o'clock at night till it was cool enough, because it's 112 degrees here until October. And I started off, you know, when it finally cooled off once this week, I went out and did it again at 8 o'clock. And I got like 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, it's dark out. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Now it gets dark quick here. When it's the first day of winter, the sun doesn't really rise until about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and sets around 4. So you get no sunlight, really.
None at all.
I mean, it's different for you, Ashley. Also, I mean, you're hot. You're much more north from
Yeah.
where I am.
You're talking about Ashley now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley. Yeah, Ashley. Is it much of a difference where you are because you're much farther north than I am, from what I understand?
I think the latest I've ever seen the sun out was like 10:30 at night.
Yeah, that's up
Um,
there.
Yeah. Right now it's probably getting dark at like 8ish.
Yeah.
But you're far enough north that you probably get to see the aurora borealis now and then.
Not quite.
No.
Not quite. Well, being I'm in Nottingham, if I go latitude, is it latitude or longitude that's horizontal? I forgot.
Latitudes are horizontal.
Oh, we have this where I live. I'm on the same latitudinal plane as Nova Scotia, and Ireland isn't that much farther up.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I
mean,
think
if you wanna
Ireland's
get
in
to-
line Scotland.
Yeah, if you want to go Aurora Borealis, you got to go all the way to the tip of Scotland or all the way to the top of the UK, where where you can actually, I think, you can actually catch a boat that goes from the top of the UK to Norway, because it's not that far from Norway. To be fair with you, it's a long ass boat ride, but you can get there. It's not horrifying. Just got to make sure you have your seasick pills on.
Yeah. But you're law enforcement there. You're all constables and inspectors and stuff. And the only reason I'm thinking that because you said you're in Nottingham, and the first thing I thought was, man, it would suck to be the sheriff of that place.
Oh, come on. That's so cliche.
I know everybody
People
would
caught out
just,
with a spoon.
it'd be like everyone would just the job would suck. Because every American tourist would walk and say, "Yes, sir." You say, "You caught Robin Hood yet?" Huh?
No, they don't do that. You would not do that. You would not
I
do
would
that.
not
You're
do that.
smarter than that.
I wouldn't give myself that much credit.
No, I disagree. No, it's being an American. Well, look, being an American, you just have to act. You just have to be respect everyone that you travel around with. That's all.
Well,
You know,
I
but
don't know, man. It sounds like you got to be like 20 times more respectful lately over there, or they'll throw you in the who's gal.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at
First-
all. I've had zero issues with anyone regarding any type of like perceived bigotry or anything like that. Trust me, it's super not like that. But I don't want. We shouldn't talk about that. We got to talk about Ashley's. I mean Ashley stuff. Ashley stuff. I love working with Ashley. He's a great writer.
Well,
Yes.
You guys are at $83 now. You got a fifth
Yes.
backer.
Yes. Thank you.
Just
Yeah, thank you.
re-upload that there. So this is a $2,009 flexible goal because of currency conversion. I'm sure it's probably like a 2,000 euro goal.
I think it's I think I said at 1,800 euro.
1,800.
Euro
Okay.
or pound? You're doing euros? Is it euros where you are?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's right. You're
Yeah.
part of the European Union. That's right. You guys
Yeah.
are. Scotland and Great Britain is not, but Ireland is.
Yeah.
Ah, God.
I
They'll
think
come around.
Ireland's been in since. I think Ireland was actually like a late joiner. I think got in like 2004 or something.
Okay.
So this is interesting because you're Santa's Nuclear Winter
Yes.
being written by an Irishman and being
Mhm.
drawn by an expat
The next time.
in the UK.
Well, technically, I am English. I just live in Ireland.
Yeah.
See, that's why you threw me off there.
Yeah.
It was the accent. I'm like, that's not the best Irish accent. I expect more Father Christmas, not Santa.
Saint Nick.
Yeah, Saint Nick. Was this just to was this an effort to appeal to the American audience because of course they are probably the largest purchaser of comic books?
It was more just about the kind of flow of the name because I did run through a few names. I couldn't do Klaus because Grant Morrison's done that, and I knew if I put Klaus in there, everyone would just be like, "Oh, you're ripping off Grant Morrison." Father Christmas is like too gentle, you know what I mean? You put that in there, and it just sounds like it's aimed at kids. Santa, I think, just works. You know, it's everyone knows Santa, and that's
Everybody
just
knows
what everyone
Santa.
thinks. Yeah.
It's global. So you actually have your own music video here. I didn't have to go make that horrible Christmas song.
No, that was amazing. I love listening to
Yeah,
that.
I love that. I was bebopping. I was
Yeah.
doing the jig while you were fucking playing that thing, man. That was dope.
Well, let's give yours a listen here and see how this plays out. Very nice. And hey, look, no porn in the thumbnails. That's got me before.
Oh God,
From
really?
YouTube?
Yeah, well, okay, so I'm like preparing for a show, and I'm just going down YouTube rabbit holes here, and one of the thumbnails on the right was like, the cameraman wasn't watching when Marcia Brady did this scene, and I'm like, I don't remember that scene, so I clicked on it, and it was a big nothing. There was like they didn't get to anything, and you know that the 14-year-old in me who had a crush on Marcia Brady was devastated. But whatever the clickbait was on that, when I did the show that night, we did the YouTube video, and then the 9-panel grid popped up was like nothing but teenage porn stars who really did it in this film.
God. Oh,
What's
man.
Archie been watching? Everybody watches porn, folks.
Oh man.
And I'll I'm glad I'm not monetized, because I'm sure that that Carol of the Bells version's got somebody out there saying, "Hey, YouTube, that's my song." But they won't do
Oh
it.
no, I made sure it's not copyrighted.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Good. Like, it doesn't matter to me. They'll just say, "Hey, they're watching this video." I'm like, "Cool, I need the views." So how big of a project are you thinking of making this? I mean, I'm sure it says in here somewhere how many pages, but
Right at the top, it's 40 pages.
40 pages.
Yeah.
Whole story done in 40 pages. Is this? Nope, that's a spoiler story. I was going to ask you, what's the goal? Destroying the zombies or saving the kids?
Both.
Let's not. Both, yes, but it's a whole
I would
world
think
full
both.
of zombies.
It is, but
How many kids are on the nice list, and can he get them all in the sleigh, or is this just like the little rascals in their clubhouse holed up waiting for a rescue? I mean,
well, that's why I made sure to leave room open for potential sequels. So these are just the Manhattan kids he's saving in this one.
okay,
so
well
you
that's still a lot.
So the way I have it worked out is that there's like a human sanctuary down in Antarctica, because like nuclear war has like messed up the climate, so now you can live in Antarctica if you want. And there's some remnants of a civilization down in Antarctica, and it's completely so far away from everything the zombies can't get you. And so Santa makes these trips in between the sanctuary and the rest of the world to save these kids. And so yeah, I mean, we could put him anywhere we want after Manhattan.
And I guess he's doing this all the time now. It's not like an annual thing.
Yep, this is his like full-time job now.
Okay, so in a world where there are zombies walking around, it seems stupid to ask this question, but is the world aware that Santa Claus is real?
Well,
Yes.
the idea I have for it now is that there's been like some, in the time in between the war and the events of this story, there's been like some skirmishes between Santa and like military remnants and that kind of thing. But with my vision of Santa is that he's only as powerful as many people believe in him. So the fewer people who believe in him, the less powerful he gets, and like everything's at like an all-time low right now. And so he's he's kind of like Dark Knight Returns Santa, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's a lot more vulnerable than he's ever been. But the more people he saves, the more that kind of renews people's faith in him, the stronger it gets him. And so he's vulnerable, but the more people he saves, the stronger he gets.
So, and with strength, we're talking about the whole magic component. He's got a flying sleigh, I assume. Does he have, the reindeer? Did the reindeer get eaten by the zombie elves?
That's a spoiler.
Oh, okay. So he's getting around somehow, and he's saving.
Oh my
kids.
God, that sounds really good. I can't wait.
What he's using at the moment is he's got like a nice seaplane, and as far as everyone's concerned, that's his sleigh for the moment.
Yeah.
That's how he gets the kids in between there in Antarctica.
So with no magical sleigh, no elves, people could just assume he's a big guy with a white beard who's got an airplane saving kids. He's just a CIA guy.
Well, he does have one thing, which is I think it's a cool idea, but that's speaking for myself. But it's I always thought that his sack with for the toys is pretty much endless, so he can fit as much as he wants in there.
Yeah, it's a bag of infinite holding.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
for this, that sack has been turned into his coat, and so he can store all the gadgets he needs inside his coat and just reach in and pull it out.
I thought you were going to say that he was just grabbing kids and shoving them in the in the coat. It's like a portal. Here, go into the armory, kids. That is cool though, because he just reaches in and pulls out like this Jack Nicholson Joker sized rifle if he wanted to.
Love it. I think, doesn't Deadpool have something like that?
You're asking me about Deadpool, and as far as the comics go, I've never read one.
Okay, all right.
I was never a Marvel guy, to be honest with you. I was always
I'm
DC.
not that much of a Marvel guy, and I used to work for them. I'm not really a huge fan of a lot of the stuff that Marvel's been putting out of late, but
I just haven't bought very much at all. I want to go back and go to the comic shop and get. I don't even know what the books are, but they've got covers that have Superpowers action figures on the front that look like real things.
Yeah.
And they're figures that they didn't make, and I'm like, please make that figure. 'Cause
I did see they put out a pretty decent Boba Fett one when they were doing that Bounty Hunters event.
Oh,
That one
nice.
looked nice.
Nice.
Now, have you seen the absolute Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman that they're doing?
Yeah,
No, what are they doing?
it's like New 52 is its own
Just barf.
separate universe.
Yeah.
It's just
Barf.
it's Scott Snyder's leading it. It's just like,
Oh boy.
let's just make everything more extreme.
So like the bat, they're doing something about the bat symbol on his chest. Basically, you know those things, those rectangular pieces of plastic you shove under your tire when you get stuck in the snow
Yes.
and drive over. Okay, vaguely bat shaped, vaguely just like points along the long rows, and just it's on his chest, and he can take it off and turn it into an axe and have like this waffle iron across his chest that it sticks to.
Oh God help me.
But
Really?
but as and as expensive as that sounds, this is supposed to be Batman without the money, without the butler.
Oh, I get it.
He's just
Yeah,
a guy
Ben-
with a rope.
Alfred is like an MI6 spy or something now, isn't he? And he's going up against Batman.
Probably.
Oh wait,
Like, he doesn't
is this
have a
where
butler.
they're depowered or something, or like they're turned into average people who are just heroes for the sake of it?
That's the current setting of the story. I haven't read anything
Oh.
other than I haven't read anything past Absolute Power 1 because I had my guy hold it, and I said you don't have to hold it anymore. It's Mark Waid, and I'm not going to read anything Mark Waid did anymore. He's like, why? And I'm like, think about it. You know why? And he's like, oh yeah, had to do with target practice and somebody with poor eyesight and ruining the future of America because he missed and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, never mind, Mark. No matter whether you like the guy or not, you don't root for shooting him. It's a bad idea. But enough about that. Let's talk some more about what you're drawing here, because this is this is another version of Nick. Now, is he holding a sword in this one?
No, I was gonna do holding a sword, but I didn't really like the pose, so I just put him back to holding a couple of sawed-off shotguns or something.
Oh, okay.
along those lines. So,
It's hard to tell when you're the size of a postage stamp, and I'm looking at the paint pencil.
Yeah. No, it's well, what I love about this Santa is that he's not drawn overly muscular, with all the rendering and all that other jazz, like all that 90s image stuff that I really was never that much of a fan of. It's just that he's bulky and he's
not fat.
stocky. He's more stocky than anything else. He has a little bit of a punch, but that doesn't matter because he's still going to kill people. He's still he looks excruciatingly strong and like nigh well unstoppable with the strength that he has. He's strong enough as it is, but I wanted to make sure that at the very least that this guy was just nasty and scary as hell, and still have that old Saint Nick vibe and everything. So yeah, man.
He's got a lot of Norse god influence in him.
He does. Yeah, that's right. He does. He definitely does. Let me get that right. Okay, good.
I just love watching you draw this stuff, man.
Oh, thanks.
I'm lurking in your draw streams when I'm not talking.
Thanks, man. I'm honored that you do that. I'm honored that you do that. Thank you.
And I don't know, did I ever send you the picture of my wall of Batgirls?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay. And people know what I'm talking about. I've got about a dozen pictures of Batgirl here drawn by various people, and the top two, at the very top of the thing, Rich drew me a Barbara Gordon Batgirl, and then I convinced him to do me a companion piece with the Betty Kane Batgirl, and they looked phenomenal next to each other.
I had fun drawing them. I really did. I had a lot of fun drawing them. I do.
I've got actually my friend George just drew me some, and I've got to find a place to put them now. Nope, that's not it. Where are they, George? George Peter Gatsis is the art director, half of Critical Blast Publishing, so he's always working on our books. Yeah, he sent me this to hang up on the wall.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
and then this as well. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna make me go out and buy more frames. Damn it! It's not that I don't mind the frames; it's that I've got to get a wall, build a wall divider to have a place to hang the frames.
Hey Ash, something I haven't asked. Is something that I think would be a great idea to pop up here. What are the rewards of your campaign?
Yeah, do you want to bring?
What are the
Good
rewards?
idea.
Yeah,
Let's
can you
talk.
pop up the rewards because we want to see what we offer with this. And there's a couple of things that Ashley pointed out to me, and he asked me about, which I thought were great ideas. I mean, take it away, Ash. Please elaborate on it.
Yeah, so we've got there's the regular printed cover, and then there's right below that there's a very affordable digital. Then we've got like a nice black, white, and red kind of thing going on.
I kind of like that when they do that. That's very Frank Miller, Sin City kind of thing.
And then I think the next, that's the Santa sleigh bundles. That's the black, white, and red cover, the color cover, and the digital copy.
Or when you can't make up your mind, just get them both.
Yeah. And then you can buy ad space. So like when I did the Unbreakable Argonauts, we included ad space and got a backer, which was pretty sweet. This basically gives you a page of just whatever you want to advertise. Obviously, like if someone backs it, make sure it's timely to when the book's likely to release. So like businesses and that kind of thing are really good. The last one I did was an online record store. So that's going to be in the back of the Unbreakable Argonauts. Then hopefully we get one on this.
I bought ad space. I bought like the back cover of the Mythicals #2 for my business. So this is a consideration.
Excuse me.
Tax deduction for me. So, and then you get original art. Only $67 for a page of original art. Fuck me. That's Okay.
I mean, I can increase it if Rich was. Basically, I'm just hoping to break even on those. But like, I can bring them up if Rich wants them up.
Well, what we could do, what we can do is, depending on what's involved in the scene, you can increase the pay, you can increase the price of a page. Like for example, a splash page of Spider-Man swinging in the middle of New York City, like downtown Manhattan, and it's this big grandiose thing that would go for example maybe 200 300 quid or something along those lines. But if it's a conversation between Mary Jane and Aunt May in 9 panels, a la Alan Moore, that may ring you 50. You know, I mean, it all depends on the context and who the characters are on the page. You know, and given that you know, there's going to be a good portion of there's so much action that I can see that's going to happen with the script that I think depending on what we have here, I think we could go. I mean, we can go a little bit higher. It's entirely up to you. You know, it's not that big of a deal if it doesn't, because there's other things aside from this. I mean, there's 2 things that you mentioned to me before. You said that for an X amount, someone can be placed within the comic.
Yeah.
And,
Yes, that's the next tier.
commissions as well. Yeah, get zombified. Yes, exactly. That I would have fun with. That I'm actually hoping that someone backs with that, because then I could put someone as a zombie and I can make them super zombified, and I love that kind of challenge. So I thought that was a very good idea for a reward. Good job, man.
Or you could
And
be
he
a
can be a
victim.
victim as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, because I want to draw someone with their intestines, you know, being used as a jump rope, because that's fun. That's always
Yes.
fun.
Now here you got a custom commission. This is also 160. This is $167. That's about right. This is it's vague. It's custom commission. So you know, let's clear up. Are we talking headshot? Are we talking full body? Are we talking 11 by 17 panels? I mean, you know, how
It
much
would
work
always-
are you
it
going
would
to make
always
Rich
be
do for
a-
this?
It would be, for me, it would always be an A3 size, which is reasonably close to an 11 by 17 or an 11 by 17. And it would be a full body for that price. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd even be willing to throw in like part of an extra character and a little bit more background if need be for that price. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I know a guy who's always looking for people to draw his original character to flesh out his upcoming Kickstarter. So
If he wants to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that if it helps this campaign. Absolutely, 100%.
I'll pass that along.
Please do so. Please do so.
And then here is the original art cover. Oh, come on! This hasn't sold yet.
I know, right? What the hell's the matter with you people?
The original art. There's only one of these people.
Only one. Only one.
And wow, $223.
respect.
Okay, I'll watch that one. Because this is Santa's Nuclear Winter. Hell, I would print out the logo on an acetate and put it over the frame just to have, you know, the art and the logo there together, like an animation cell. That would look sweet.
Oh. Now let me cover this in.
Now there's customized cover and art. Now what's this mean?
So this is an idea I had while I was making the page. It's a limited option. You back this, you send myself or Rich the details of what you want. You get the original art, and then we're going to print you off a one-of-a-kind cover of, you know, whatever you want, colored. And so you get that very special, just for you, one cover.
It's Santa's Nuclear Winter, but you're the only one with that cover.
Yeah, and it's anything you want on the cover.
That's interesting. So your printer obviously has the, you know, no minimums, or
No, I've already checked. It's more expensive one, which is partially like why it's so expensive here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean for just one cover, it's okay. Yeah.
we can help you with that in the future. Rich knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I do.
So these are some really cool perks, folks. This is, I mean, this custom commission alone is worth it.
Makes for some great Christmas presents as well.
Yes, be thinking of this because it's right around the corner. God, I'm waiting for some illustrations myself from a artist for a children's book we're doing, and it's a Christmas book, so I want to get that out as quickly as possible. But yes, be thinking Christmas, folks. I know it's hot as hell outside, but they're already putting the Christmas stuff. They had Halloween in Walgreens last month, so
What?
yeah,
Already?
it was end of July, first of August. No, end of September. What is it? It's August. Okay. Yeah, 1st of August. I'm walking in. There's peanut butter pumpkins, Reese's. I'm like, why?
Are you sure it wasn't pumpkin spice?
That happens in a couple of days.
Oh God!
And in fact, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I've got these two cats. They've got the big litter box, and I went into Dollar General, and I smell cinnamon and pumpkin, and they had these little whisk brooms that were just straw bundled together, scented heavily in pumpkin spice and cinnamon. I'm like, yeah, I need about 20 of these, and I just hung them on the knob of every cabinet in the kitchen.
God help me.
That'll disguise the little furball's poop for a while.
Nice. Check this
So,
out.
since we said
Yes,
just
sir.
said this would make a great Christmas present, we're looking at a March delivery date. That's not Christmas, guys.
No.
Yeah, that's like a kind of conservative. That's just to give us a little bit extra time, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case something falls, you can say,
Mhm.
"Hey, we said March," but are we trying to hit Christmas or without making any promises?
I mean, it depends on how quickly we fund, because we can, if we fall short this month, we can extend it another 30 days on Indiegogo if we need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hope is it will come out in winter.
There we are.
Look at that Santa. He's-
Ugh.
Those. What kind of guns are those, Rich? Like you're doing
I think just off the top of my head, I think they're sawed-off shotguns.
okay.
I really have to look at reference for
And that pose looks a
any
little bit
type
like
of guns or something. But I'm sorry.
And that shot, he looks a little bit like he's been pulled out of a Western.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking pirate ship, because he had the long pistols like you would see in a pirate movie. Now my mind is racing. Like, first of all, what kind of a custom commission can I get now? Because I've seen Rich's work, I'm familiar with it, and I'll always want more of it.
And evidently, I'm good enough to be plagiarized.
Yeah. People grabbed your work and just said, "Hey, I want to get a job. This is my work."
Oh my God, that's.
I still think it would have been hilarious. They were trying to get a $200 page rate. I could see them getting the job and then saying, "Hey, Mr. Parada, I've got a job for you here, $100 a page, if you can pull this off."
The
And then
hell
just
with that.
and
I
then
want
just
the
skim the
200.
rest.
The hell with that. If the Stephen Glass clone can get 200 a page off of work that he's never drawn before, F that nonsense. That's what I'm going for. I'm not going to get less than what this guy is offering for his own plagiarized work. Screw that nonsense.
People talk about page rates. I have no idea what a page rate is because they're all over the place. I paid a guy $75.
It depends on the person who's putting the whole thing together. You have to remember that if someone can afford that kind of rate, that's great. Most writers, indie writers for indie comic books cannot. And it's really just a choice whether you love the project enough or not. I mean, the page rate on my end does not matter because I do this for the love of it. And I that's why I'm working on this project. I'm not saying that Ashley's cheap by any stretch of the imagination either, but what a lot of artists have to remember is that these writers who are hiring these artists to do this, they're paying it out of their own damn pockets.
Yep.
And there's a lot of risk for a writer to trust an artist, you know, who could be an asshole, who could just like literally just like not do the work for them.
We hear that story all the time, right?
Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's not pleasant. You know, I mean, it's not good because this is a writer who's putting his heart into a story, his or her story or their story, whatever it might be.
I hired an artist to do a story, and it was $75 a page. And then someone said, "Hey, can I, what'd you pay for page?" I'm like, $75. Oh, you took advantage of some poor person in Brazil and lowballed him. Like, he is in Brazil, but he said that was what his rate was. I just went with that. I didn't come back and say, "Oh no, you can't charge 75. You should be getting at least 112."
Yeah, but that's probably from someone who was trying to gaslight you into hiring them for a higher page rate, because that's a very easy tactic to happen. It really is. Oh, is that 5 backers or 6? It's 5 backers. Okay. See if anybody else backed it. Hit the refresh button on that fucker.
Hit that reload. Hey,
Hit that
come on,
reload,
top
man.
this up over 100. It reloaded too fast. Nothing yet. But I have faith in this project.
As you
So
should.
which
It's a senior project.
begs the question:
Mhm.
does this project have to fund to become a reality? I didn't look at the. Let's see here. It's a flexible goal. It's a flexible goal. That means you're really taking a risk.
Yeah, so it will depend on how close we get. If it's, if we're reaching like the end and we're nowhere near, then I'll just send out an email to everyone and say, doesn't look like we're going to get there, but there's a margin that we can that I'm happy to take and pay a little bit out of pocket myself. I'll probably be covering the printing myself as well. This is like it's not as low. It's not like the absolute minimum that it could have been, but this is the like the kind of break even point. So yeah, hopefully we get there.
Trying not to kick all this stuff under here because the cats will scream.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you before, Rich. I got 2 new kittens.
Oh, wow.
Years without cats, and now I've got Schrodinger and Heisenberg running around the house trying to kill each other. So these are just are these going to go in the book as sort of like character profile pages, or?
Oh, they could.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, I'd be happy to include some bonus material.
I noticed he's
actually
wearing
think
sort of like the ugly Christmas sweater T-shirt with a Santa Claus face on the front.
The Santa Claus face is supposed to double as a Punisher face. It's like Santa Claus Punisher.
Oh man, that gives me ideas now.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. I want to do that. I want to get a caricature of my face. Maybe I'll just scan it from the Roaring and put it on the front of a T-shirt and just walk around with my face on a shirt. That should get some looks.
Yeah, it should. Definitely should. And I'm very happy that yeah, what did I do? RJ, I'll contact you after this show ends, and I'll show you something else that I've done.
Okay.
All right.
Speaking of other things that have been done here, actually, you coming into this from off your Argonauts project, how was your experience with that, and are you planning on moving forward with it anymore?
So I will just give a brief update on that. That's going to letters tomorrow, and then it'll be printing probably like mid-September, hopefully.
Do you have any snapshots of that art? That art's fantastic.
For the Unbreakable Argonauts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you have the forum here, man. You might as well just show it. Absolutely show it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're going to share the screen, I'll just pop it up there.
Well, actually, I can send you. Because I have it up on Thumb My Comic just as like a storefront.
Okay.
So I can send you a link to that, and then because I have some pages up there and some covers up there, including Rich's. I'll just pop it in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the private chat. So yeah, take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's up in the private chat now.
I just
Yeah,
opened
that
up.
art,
Shared it.
that art is fantastic.
Yeah, I remember this art. This was
Yeah, I love that art. I think I forgot the name of the artist, but damn.
and such a
That's,
diverse team.
Yeah, that's Yannick Paquette on the cover. And then here's Richards.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Stalin, right?
That's Stalin.
as a supervillain. Yeah, I remember we talked about the two gorillas, the hero and the villain.
Yeah.
Sorry for yawning. Oh, sorry about that. It's oh my god, it's 2:00 in the morning. Oh my god. What am I
By the way, as part of this storefront as well, you can also get some of Rich's artwork.
Yep.
Right there's 120 euros for the original cover.
Yeah, I have it. I have the art.
Yeah, so folks, if you want to check up on the storefront for the Unbreakable Argonauts, I will move the link I'm looking at to the chat. And of course, for those of you watching on X, you can probably just go to fundmycomic.com and search for Unbreakable Argonauts.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of typing. So just, pause the video here and then just type this URL in. It's fairly straightforward. It's not a whole bunch of random up and down characters that make no sense. And go there and get even more of Ashley Land and Rich Parada creative team up stuff. So we're going to give one more time here to the Santa's Nuclear Winter. Reload that, see if anything else has happened. Nada, but we did bump up some. So something happened good tonight. Glad to see that.
We'll get there.
You will get there. I have faith that you will. I think we've been in a lull of crowdfunding lately. I don't think a lot of stuff has really been getting out there, and we're on that uptick again. It's a cyclical thing. Summer doldrums or whatever it is that happens. Now we're getting towards the end of the year. I know usually towards September and October is when everybody comes out with really exciting projects, and then they all deliver in March. So, all right. Well, is there anything at all that I've messed up? Because I don't do this as often as I do anymore, so I'm out of practice. But anything that people should know about Santa's Nuclear Winter that we didn't touch on?
I'll just say it's a really fun 80s style action comic. If you like horror, if you like old school action, adventure, that kind of thing, it's going to be really good. We've got some really good perks if you want to get someone a really cool Christmas present. I think it's a good comic, and you should definitely back it.
Yeah.
This is a Santa story for people who love Die Hard and Fat Man.
And Motley Crue and America and hot dogs and death and guns and all that
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo!
All right. Well, Ash, Rich, thank you guys so much for staying up so late to come on this show. I wish I could have, given you triple-digit boosts and everything, but
We're good. We're good. We'll get there. We will get there.
I believe you will. I'm going to share this. I'm going to be a backer on this. You'll find my name in there somewhere.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And everybody in the chat, thank you guys for popping in and checking things out. We appreciate you being here. We don't have a show at all without you guys. So we're glad you were here. And as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. Good night, everybody.
Good night.